Bear with me, I'm just trying to get things set up here. All right. I think perhaps bear with me a minute. All right, I think we are ready. Hey, it's Shel Anderson from Shel's Creative Corner and Shel Anderson Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I'd like to thank you for joining me for Stamp with Shel today. We are going to have a play this morning with the Right Behind You stamp set. And this is a wonderful friendship and support set. And we're gonna have a play with that one today. All right, also for this card we are going to be using the new Basic Borders dies, and I have chosen this stitched zigzag one, and I've actually done a little bit of prep work so you guys didn't have to watch the boring stuff. All right, and I've also chosen this greenery embossing folder. I have light polished pink, light fresh freesia, light daffodil, light crumb cake, and light petal pink for my Stampin' Blend markers today. I also have polished pink and memento black ink pads. All right, we are going to get started. The pieces of cardstock you're going to need for this is basic black, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of basic white for the inside that measures 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to pop that one on right now while we're talking about it and get it out of the way. Next up, I have a piece of polished pink that's 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 by, where's my paper trimmer? 2 3/4, I think. Yes, 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. Then I have a piece of the I think this is from the Pansy DSP that is 1 inch by 5 1/4. And then I had 1.5 inches by 5 1/4 of the fresh freesia. And what I did is I took that stitch die and I put it right down the center of that, which gives me 2 pieces that I can use. And then on my art piece, I stamped a greeting and stamped the image, and I just colored it in ahead of time so you guys didn't have to sit there and watch me color. All right, so these are going to be cropped out. There's a little smudge here, that's okay because I'm going to crop them out, and I am going to do that right now. And I'm just going to take my scissors, and I'm not going to be too fancy or too careful with this. I'm just going to, if you hear water running, you're not hallucinating. My husband is on the roof of the trailer, washing the roof of the trailer right now before it gets too hot out. So I apologize for that, but it shouldn't be too long. And I may, depending on how long this video goes, I may have to run out for a second to hold the ladder so he can get off the roof. We don't need anybody falling today. But so I am just roughly cropping this out, and it's not too difficult to do. I thought about putting this in a large circle or a large square, but I wanted it cut out, so I'm going to take the time to zoom around here and roughly cut this out. Now here I'm going to chop off that big piece so it makes it easier for me. Sounds like I'm in a shower right now from here. I don't know what you guys can see and what, or hear, and what you can't. All right. Here we go. This is going to be the most difficult part, is this little tiny arm. And see, it wasn't too bad. One wheel to go and we will be done. All right, there's that. Now I'm going to bring my paper trimmer back in, and I am going to cut this. No, I'm not, because it's crooked. The girl stamped her greeting crookedly. So we're going to trim the top so it's straight. Let's try that step first. Oops. Now perhaps if we put this on here, it will be straight. Look at that. All right. Let's get this out of the way and we will continue. All right, so what I want is, I want this piece of paper over here. I want this one covering up the seam, and I want to tuck this one in behind. But before I do that, I thought it would be nice if we did some embossing. And to make that embossing stand out, if we added some ink here, I'm just going to stick this under here in case I have some spillage. Ooh, this is a very juicy pad. Okay, and that is the polished pink, which is the same color as the cardstock. And we are going to pop this in here, close it up, and then we are going to run it through our machine. And that is not the right sandwich. Let's try this. No, I still don't have it right. Let's go up one. I have the wrong embossing pad. There we go, that feels better. No, it does not. When in doubt, that's for 3D. This one is supposed to be for regular. All right, let's see what they say. Doesn't seem like it's pushing very hard on there. We'll have a peek. Oh, it did. A little bit. Not very much. I'm not happy with that. going to put a shim in here because obviously I'm doing something right or something wrong. Maybe I'll go this way. See if that'll go through. No, it will not. All right, I'm going to put a shim in because I definitely want it deeper embossed than that. So I'm just going to cut a piece of cardstock and lay it over the top to tighten that up a little bit. That still doesn't seem very... Standard embossing folder, standard embossing folder. Number 1 and number 3. Oh, I don't have a right plate here somewhere. Number 1 and number 3. All right. There we go. That feels better. Holy, been a while since I used a little embossing folder that was not a 3D folder. Check that out. Isn't that cool? If I can get it out of here without getting it all over me. And toss this out of the way. And yet I got it all over me. All right. Let's see what I can do after that catastrophe. End result was okay. I guess I just needed to read some instructions. All right, so back to our card. Isn't that prettier than just a plain old pink piece? And by inking the embossing folder, we have added 2 colors. All right, so this is a 1/4 inch smaller, so we're gonna make sure our borders are right. Here we go. All right. So now this and this are gonna go on like so. But I am going to put this onto this piece and then trim it off. So I'm just going to go right along this edge and I'm going to attach this right along that edge. Give that a second to set up and I'll trim this off over here. And we're just going to go like so. So now I can put my Tombow on the back of everything. And matching my borders on these 3 sides, pop that into place. There we go. All right, I'm happy with that. Now, that's why I wanted to cut this out, because if I had a big square or something there, it would be less, it would cover up more of the background. And I just think I am going to, I just brought in the light balmy blue. I'm gonna do the background here so that it looks like sky back here. Actually, I'm going to use the other end so I can go cover more area quickly. And I love that these don't leave any lines. Once the alcohol dissipates, you've got no lines. not going to get too technical here. I'm just going to leave that white border around the outside. I think if I get messing with that, it's going to look funny. So I'm just going to go like that. I think that's going to make that pop just a little bit. And I like the way that I kind of dabbed the ink on there. Kind of gives it a little mottled look. Can you see that? All right, so we're going to need some dimensionals for the back of this piece. And I'm going to be super generous because I want it to stay put and not fold in on itself or anything foolish like that. And I'm going to take a little piece of this for her ponytail. And I just want it to be a little bit supported there. And there's not much I can do about her arms, so we're just going to hope for the best there. So now I'm going to take off all of these little backings. And while I'm doing this, I should read you the greetings in this set. Hills are easier when you have a friend. We make a great team. Always right behind you. Thanks for sharing the ride. Better together, hi, and yay. And then there's a little dog, a little bouquet of flowers, and just the ground piece. So I'm just going to pop this down here. This is a really, really feminine card. I love it. All right, so now I have this greeting. And I think what I'm going to do is chop a little bit off here, and I'm going to flag the ends. And again with some dimensionals. And I will use 3 again. There we go. And bada boom. Now I think we need a little bling. Let me find my container of bling and we'll see what we can come up with. Ooh. These are the basic rhinestones that I colored with my Stampin' blends. So I think we will try these. Let me get this out of the way so you can see what's happening. And let me grab a tool and see if we can add a little. Put a big one down there and a medium one up here and a little one right there. Look, Carol, no ribbon. There's enough flowers and embossing and bling on this one that I don't think it needs any ribbon. All right, there we have our inked embossing folder technique. This was polished pink on polished pink. Then we have our basic border die, and this was the zigzag stitched one on fresh freesia. Then our piece of DSP, and just our black card base. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment and let me know of anything that you would like to see happening here. Yeah, that's all I have for you today. I am going to be outside most of the day today, so I thought I'd get this done bright and early. Most of you are probably still in bed. Anyway, okay, enjoy, my friends. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.